And thank you for joining us for this Valentine's Day presentation of the NBA. It's a matchup you're going to love right here on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Boston Celtics. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Well, thanks very much. Now, you know Giannis Antetokounmpo has one of sports' best nicknames, the Greek Freak. He said, when I first heard it, I was like, what's going on? Why am I a freak now? But then I realized it was about my athleticism and the things I can do. And so I embraced the nickname. I love it, and it's a part of me now. Kevin?
It's a terrific one. David, thanks. He does stand out. Wow. Clark, the focus tonight has to be on the front court matchup. It figures to be a battle of big men down low.
Well, you know, Kevin, no question about it. These are two very talented teams in the post. I mean, each used to owning the advantage in the paint, and I'm very interested to see the chess match inside tonight.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. The post tandem, it's Horford and Williams. Out on the wings, it's Brown and Tatum. And it's White in at the point. And for Milwaukee, sharing the wing spots, it's Allen and Middleton. Giannis and Lopez hold down the post for him. And it's Holiday in at the one. And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
And it was funny, the road arena didn't bother them at all. I mean, they locked in, focused, and executed, and got it done.
And it's the Celtics ball. Their last encounter was in Boston.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
Middleton for three. The rebound by the Celtics.
And many thought Horford's days were over after his OKC stint, but showed he can still be a difference maker in Boston. And boy, was he a huge part of their final. Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth from that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Horford may not be as consistent as he once was, but Greg, he shows up when you need him the most.
You know, he had several big games for the Celtics in the postseason. Great shooter who can really space the court for you. Still also a top-level defender at the rim, and he helped define their interior defense.
He hits the second from the line.
And the energy of Williams, it's infectious. Amazing at using it to block shots, rebound, score, whatever they ask of him.
Now here's Middleton, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Here's Lopez. Just 5 to shoot. There's the lob. Antetokounmpo.
Set him up well there. Brook Lopez showing his vision and willingness as a passer.
The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Tatum finds Horford. White with it. Nice ball movement by Boston. Tatum on the wing. Defended by Middleton. And he gets it to go.
You know, with how good Tatum is driving it, I think it's a smart play by Jason to take that shot because the defense is giving him room to do so.
Now here is Holiday. He had 19 points in the win against the Clippers in Los Angeles. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, you can't say enough about how important Brook Lopez was to the Bucks' 2021 title run. He gave that team an element they needed to get over the top, particularly as a rim protector and a guy who could score when needed.
That's good from Lopez. When Lopez Clark arrived in Milwaukee in 2018, it was a pretty good union, wasn't it?
I agree, Kevin. I mean, he opened up their offense with his ability to stretch the floor as a big guy who can knock down threes, and then he really improved defensively and became an elite rim protector. The Bucks became a league power when Brook Lopez arrived, and a title came just a few years later. No coincidence.
Well, after their offense stalled in the finals, the Celtics getting some veteran help. Gallinari and Brogdon both bring shooting, and Brogdon's another playmaker on the floor.
Now here's Tatum. He had 16 points in the win against Memphis. Allen outside. Pass to Middleton. Giannis outside. High post Lopez. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Over in the corner, White. No good on the triple. The Bucks trail. Right side, Holiday. Allen outside. Pass to Lopez. Dishes to Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Allen. Here's Lopez. And he lays it straight in.
Even though his game is more perimeter-oriented now, Lopez can still mix it up inside.
And now, the first timeout called here for Boston. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And it says a lot about you that even when you're not at your best, they definitely were still in that game and able to win comfortably.
They were better than the box score might indicate because they were solid in execution, more so than the stats would show.
Let's give a big welcome to the floor, your forward crew. Let's start making some noise, Milwaukee, for your forward crew. Here come your forward crew.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Jay Crowder's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Joe Ingles comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Allen. And it's Carter in for Drew Holiday. Here's Pritchard. Back to Brogdon. The pass to Pritchard. To Hauser. Brogdon looking around. Boston, no good that time either. Bucks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
And Brogdon traded over the summer to the Celtics. I'm interested to see how he'll fit with the rest of the Celtics guards. They certainly have a deep rotation now and a lot of flexibility.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Pat Connaughton at the line for 2.
That free throw missing. Mark, if you take a look at the superstars on this Bucks team, they are extremely selfless.
Yeah, they really are. That's one of their great attributes. They just want to win. The pieces fit well together. Doesn't matter how they do it, who does it. They're all in it to win championships. A total team mindset.
Good on the second free throw. Unlike a lot of perimeter-oriented teams, GA, offensively, the Bucks can really play inside out.
No doubt, and teams pack in the lane against Milwaukee, but Giannis in particular is a terrific passer, and if you leave a shooter open, he tends to find it.
Now, here's Brogdon. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Here's Connaughton. Milwaukee, no good that time either. And so Griffin will bring it up for Boston. Trailing by 2. And that one's good, Brogdon.
Brogdon extremely confident because he knows he has the green light to fire off the catch.
Carter outside. He dishes it to Crowder. Lopez against Griffin. Lopez passes to Connaughton. Lopez kicks to Carter. And Boston with the rebound. Here's Pritchard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Brogdon. Jay Crowder with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Celtics out in front, leading by a point. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Bucks Youth Dancing.
And we resume our Valentine's Day broadcast. Glad to have you with us. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
You know, Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big games. With that in mind, what's the key?
You know, it's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W.
A talented pair of Middleton and Giannis in at forward. Matthews out there with Holiday, and it's Lopez in at the center. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Brown, good.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
Passes it to Brown. It's off the back rim, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And the picture of consistency, Chris Middleton is like a metronome. Gives you 20 points, over 5 rebounds and assists every year.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, Malcolm Brogdon said in pre-draft interviews, teams would ask him, you went to college for 4 years and got your master's in your 5th year. Are you sure you want to be an NBA player? It seems as if you're black, you can't be both educated and a sportsman. But it's not disheartening. It's a chance for me to break the mold. Kevin?
Thanks, DA. And one reason for Middleton's consistency, he plays at his own pace.
And that's a great point, Kevin. With his size and shooting touch, he doesn't need to blow by his man to score. All about getting to his spots.
Both teams will make substitutions.
Give a round of applause.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. White the pass to Horford. To the middle. Fader on the way. Here's Williams. No good. Shot missing. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. And And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Boy, the added work in the weight room for Giannis coming into play there. I mean, you got to send an army to try to stop this guy.
Matthews against Brown. Back to White. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Bucks leading by 5. Here's Holiday. Some solid defense from Brown. The Celtics have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Pass to Horford. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
The muscle, the weight room, the training coming into play right there for Horford. He was just able to work through that contact.
Holiday against White. The shot by Holiday, no good.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter. And one thing that stands out about this Celtics unit is their defensive abilities. They've got a lot of skill on that end of the floor.
Here's Tatum. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
You know, Horford is really good and selective at when he needs to be aggressive and when he needs to move the ball.
Here's Beauchamp. No points in the game yet for him. Antetokounmpo passes to Beauchamp. 6 to shoot, and Holiday kicks to Matthews. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. A 4-second violation. You're right. Defense, it's been terrific for him. This Boston team, GA, certainly has a talent for holding back their opponent's shots and really defending well.
And, Kevin, they put a lot of energy into pressuring shooters, making sure guys can't find easy looks. They don't want to give away anything for free.
And the Bucks with some changes. Crowder, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Grayson Allen comes in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Carter in for Drew Holiday. Then for the Celtics, Grant Williams is checked in for Horford. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Brown. And it's Pritchard in for White. Here's Brogdon. And yes, it's good. Brogdon's got his second bucket of the night.
Good trickery that time with the ball by Brogdon. Nice finish as well.
It's Allen on the wing. And the layup falls. And the Bucks lead by 1. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
And there's the pass to Pritchard. There's Williams, and the slam by Williams.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Allen outside. Crowder dishes to Carter. Back to Crowder. Antetokounmpo trying to break loose. Shot by Crowder, no good. For Boston, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Pritchard passes to Williams. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Boston shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Boston making a switch here. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Now, Ingles still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. From deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
Dependable at contesting shots without fouling. When Brogdon is hustling and on top of things like that, it's big time.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Celtics lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Here with Mike Budenholzer. Bud, what are you looking to clean up in the second half?
I don't think our offense is really moving the way we wanted to, getting up and down the court in pace. And, we got to make a few more open shots, but I think we can be a lot better offensively.
We've seen that from your team, Coach. I'm sure it'll show up. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. They ended the period holding on to a slim 1-point lead. They were slightly better in the second. Not a big difference between these two teams. And taking a look at the Celtics, Kenny, what do you see?
Playing on the road is having no effect on this team. I mean, between your planes, the hotels, the buses, it's a grind. It can zap your energy level. But right now, they look like a fresher team. And we'll see if they hit the wall in the second half.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
Well, the story is their poor shooting, under 40%. You got to give the D some credit, but they look uninspired on offense. It'd be nice to see fewer isolation plays, more ball movement, and creating for each other.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
For your Bucks, you dance.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far.
You know, when you think about the all-time greats in Milwaukee Bucks history, I mean, two names come right to mind at the top of the list. Lou Alcindor, also known now as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak.
On the court right now for the Celtics. Out on the wings, it's Brown and Tatum. The post tandem, it's Horford and Williams. And it's White in at the 1 spot. Holiday against White. Feeds it to Horford. Plays it up off the glass. And the Celtics lead by 2. Clark, both Kareem and Giannis Antetokounmpo are greats in their own unique respective right, aren't they?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, forces of nature, both of those guys. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the iconic and unmatched skyhook, which was a lethal weapon. And then Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, you think about his athleticism, his speed, his ball handling skills at 7 feet tall is something we've not quite seen. Both of those guys had similar impact in their uniqueness and their championship caliber mindsets.
11 feet away. Here's Antetokounmpo. Here's Lopez. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Lopez has got 6 points.
He is so tough to deal with inside. Lopez just too big and too skilled.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Well, of course, Giannis is the Bucks leader, but it's still Coach Bud who calls the shots. Giannis says, as players, we have to accept Coach's plan. You got to trust. That's the only way it's going to work. And sometimes it won't. Sometimes I'm going to execute the game plan, and sometimes I'm not. Not because I don't want to, but it's just not my day. Kevin, that is a very, very good perspective.
Agreed. Thanks, David.
And Brown really is at his best when he takes it inside. I mean, the defense has no idea what to do with it.
Lopez outside. Here's Middleton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
It goes on Jason Tatum.
Well, you look at the skill set and size of Middleton, hard for any defense to match up against. Just so creative in how he draws contact and gets himself to the line.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
Middleton is most known, quite honestly, for his scoring ability. He's a sniper from outside that you can't afford to lose contact with.
Matthews, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Celtics. He doesn't get the second one. And Greg, up and down the Celtics roster, so many of their key players were drafted by the Boston Celtics.
And Tatum and Brown at the core, but also credit to their front office. Rare to find a powerhouse built from homegrown talent.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Holiday. He doesn't hit that one. White with the defensive effort. Celtics leading by 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Tatum's got 7 points.
He's an accomplished outside shooter, and Tatum's confidence and shot selection, I think it's what makes him so deadly.
Holiday against White. The shot by Holiday, no good.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard guy.
Oh, what a play!
An athletic forward who dunks it with style. He's showing off his dunking ability right there.
And the burst of quickness on display with the Mobile One drive.
And trying to extend this lead, no better way than playing north and south, getting after it.
And the Bucks decide to take their first time out here.
And the Bucks are on a tremendous run here.
Substitution here for Milwaukee. Jay Crowder's checked in for Chris Middleton. Joe Ingles comes in for Wesley Matthews. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Grayson Allen. And it's Carter in for Drew Holiday. Then for the Celtics, Williams, he's checked in for Horford. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Brown. And it's Pritchard in for Derek White. Boston leading by 6. Outside Williams. Pass to Tatum. 1:04 left to play in the third. Williams, that's good.
Hey, defenders already have a lot to worry about with Tatum scoring. And he's making passes like that, too. Watch out.
Connaughton kicks to Ingles. Shoots from 8, and he hits the jump shot. Ingles has got his first 2 points.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Pritchard, defended by Carter. And the wide open shot from Griffin. And the 3 off target. Bucks trail by 6. Carter on the wing. He's guarded by Brogdon. Carter, the pass to Lopez. Shoots over Griffin. Lopez, no luck. And so it's Boston with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Holiday leads the backcourt with Connaughton by his side. Antetokounmpo is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Ingles in at the small forward. That's the group from Milwaukee right now. And that one falls for Tatum. And Jason Tatum seems, GA, like he's on the verge of being a superstar in the league.
And Kevin, some would say he is already there. It feels like he's going to win an MVP in the next 5 years. He's already shown he can lead a team to the finals.
Robert Williams, he's checked in for Boston. And so Tatum nails them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Holiday finds Crowder. Back to Holiday. And no good. White with the defensive effort. And so White will bring it up for Boston. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Count that bucket.
Very capable as a point guard is Derek White, showing off his playmaking skills there.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Ingles dishes to Giannis. Leans, and the wide open shot from Connaughton. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
Getting better and better as a playmaker. Giannis is the ultimate team-first superstar. He does put up big assist numbers, and that's an evolving part of his game.
And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. And some changes here for the Bucks. Chris Middleton comes in for Joe Ingles. And Grayson Allen subbed in for Pat Connaughton. Celtics also with a sub. Hauser's checked in. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
An emphatic rejection that was. Boy, you got to appreciate that kind of forceful, in-your-face defense.
So it's Boston now. They've led by as much as 10. Tries it from the top of the key. And the shot is long. Horford against Allen. Over Horford. Allen's shot is off. Celtics leading by 7.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads-up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
And the Bucks making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Now here is Holiday. There's the lob, and Kumbo throws down the alley-oop slam.
Kumbo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
Horford kicks to White. Down low, working on Allen. Brown outside. Shot clock at 5. Over Allen. They grab their own miss. And it's in there. And the Celtics lead by 7.
You know, still a raw talent, but Williams does have a reliable inside game that continues to get better.
The kick out to Holiday. Back to Antetokounmpo. Over Horford. And it's Giannis missing.
You know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Count the basket.
I think that's where Brown is at his best, guys. He's a muscular athlete who loves finishing strong through contact.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Derek White.
You know, I've really liked how aggressive he's been getting inside. He's finding lanes and avenues to the rim and making the defense pay when he does get inside. I thought he really helped lead the charge for his team.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. He's pleased that they're getting consistent points in the paint. He said in this league it's not easy to do what you guys are doing. So you just keep doing it until they stop us. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
Jason Tatum has so many different ways he can score, showing us a little solo spurt ability right there.
Middleton can't get it to go. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea just giving themselves a little bit of a break. And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And Antetokounmpo is just fearless. I mean, hit him, knock him around. It really doesn't faze him. Doesn't matter. I mean, this guy is determined to get the job done, and he does.
At the line for the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, shooting 1.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
He's a nightly triple-double threat, and I think Giannis is the most unguardable player in the game.
Brown kicks to White. And here's Tatum for 3. Not going to go that time. Now the Bucks take it the other way. And Antetokounmpo inside. Guarded by Tatum. And that one, good.
The obvious work ethic of Middleton on full display there. I mean, the quick release off the pass, which leaves the defense without much to do.
Outside, White. It's Brown on the wing. Out to White. Shoots from the corner. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And the Celtics lead by 10.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. White looking around. Excellent D there from Holiday. Right side out of the Kumbo. Here's Lopez. Offline with his three. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one.
The end of the
They
game.
came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Jason. Congrats on the win. It was a slow start on offense, so what got you guys going in the second half?
Coach told us we didn't deserve to make any shots. We were too tense. We weren't having any fun. We started having a lot more fun second half. Guys were smiling and cheering, and we had some shots.
Well, it's good to know that if you smile, you make shots. I'll keep that in mind. Congrats, man. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA.